Every December, millions of people drag great big trees into their living rooms, completely confusing their dogs. They throw enough tinsel and lights on them to become fire hazards. The trees, not the dogs. Of course, I mean Christmas trees. Christmas trees have always been important to my family, but I didn't realize their special significance until a cold December day in 1989. From that day on, I saw Christmas trees in a magical new light. Maybe you will too. I was 22 years old, shopping with my girlfriend for our first tree together at a roadside Christmas tree lot in Roanoke Park. It smelled of fresh-cut trees and car exhaust. There was Christmas music playing, but this was 1989, so of course it was Hall & Oates on a mixtape from a boombox. Santa Claus, he's watching you, watching your every move. Ah, Christmas. There were picture-perfect pine tree triangles everywhere, but I didn't like any of them. My girlfriend asked, "What's the problem?" Obviously, there are no holes in the trees. Where are we going to put our teddy bears? The look on her face, much like the look on your faces right now, made me realize a couple of things. One, I sounded like a crazy person. Two, other people don't shove teddy bears into Christmas trees. My family does, because my mother made a choice. In 1969, in the Haight-Ashbury district of San Francisco, a young hippie stood in the doorway of her apartment and said goodbye to her husband, who wasn't there to hear it. She took her 6-year-old daughter by the hand and picked up her extremely adorable 2-year-old son, walked down 3 flights, got into a borrowed VW bus, and drove to San Jose to start over. That was my mother, building a new life with a broken heart, 2 kids, and no job skills. We had no money, living on welfare checks, while Mom took job training classes, discovering abilities she didn't even know she had. She was so proud when we got off of welfare, but we still didn't have money for extras like comic books or candy bars. But Christmas, oh, Christmas was different. Every year, no matter how broke we were, we always had a tree. We decorated with paper chain streamers and popcorn strings, and in the great big holes where branches were missing, we'd put our teddy bears to fill the spaces. Because there were always great big holes in our Christmas trees. I didn't know they were cast-off trees that nobody else wanted. The only kind we could afford, with bows and ribbons. Mom turned each cast-off tree into something magical. The same way she didn't give up on those trees, Mom never gave up on herself. From having no money, she would one day buy a house. From having no job skills, she would create a career in computers. From having to borrow a VW bus, she would one day travel the world. Mom's last tree in 2009 was just as magical as that first cast-off tree she had rescued 40 years earlier, when a 26-year-old hippie had lost everything. Mom was that cast-off tree with holes in her life. No job, no husband, no future she had ever imagined. We've all felt holes like that in our lives, where something we love used to be. It's how we fill those holes that shapes who we are forever. Mom could have filled those holes with anything: anger, resentment, despair. But she chose to fill them with positive, powerful things. Education, self-respect, hope. Mom turned a future full of fear into a life of love and inspiration. From a cast-off tree, she made her life beautiful. When I see a Christmas tree, I see my mom with a heart full of love and arms full of teddy bears. When I see a cast-off tree, I see hope. Mom showed me, as long as you have hope, you'll find magic in every cast-off tree.